All right, birthday Yahweh, birthday Shai, birthday Yahweh, birthday Shai, birthday Yahweh, birthday Shai, birthday Yahweh, B'Hashem, Yahushai, B'Hashem Rechakodash, Call Layim La Yahweh, B'Hashem, Yahushai, B'Hashem Rechakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone World. Peace and salutation to the elect where you've been scattered to. All right, Shem Yah, my name is Amapa, my young God of all of the cup, my Kana, from the Great Millstone Plaintables camp, located here in the city of Philadelphia. I come, I'm with Alamadia Ma'ait, which is a lesson little. All right, just out here in the nature and such. If you didn't see a bit earlier, I did a wee video, but I didn't catch it on the camera. There was a chariot that was near the moon and the shamash in the sky, and you know, in the night and such. I believe the Ach, again, the Ach, you know, and the Shalayach, the brother and the apostle, brother Habashai, but he had the apostle Ariamlab did videos, and I believe other brothers did videos and such on it and such. And I woke up, Iwar, by Bakwar, and I was like, you know, hyped to see it. You know, I was like, you know, it's something about how if I seen a chariot, I would of course break out into tears and such. You know, so it was a Yapa thing, of course, you know, to behold. You know, and it just lets us know, you know, we're in a time of salvation. Okay, so the first word, or really, the first verse we're gonna go into is the book of Isaiah, chapter 31, or Yeshaya in the Hebrew, which Yeshaya means, of course, my salvation. It's 31:5. It says, as birds flying, so will Yahweh of Tazabawath. So that's Yahweh, the Most High's name in the Hebrew, of hosts, Tazabawath, of the armies, defend Jerusalem, which is Jerusalem. Defending also, he will deliver it, and passing over, he will preserve it. And I went into that Hebrew word there, which is malat. All right, which I know that word malat from a dapalath, a prayer that in the Zaquan, Managan, all right, and he brought out, you know, from, of course, helped me, of course, to escape the different snares and the nets of the women and such, you know. So that's where I know that word from, or ayadai, is kaya, or ashar, debar, mayan, from. And that means, of course, to escape or be delivered, okay? And it says, as birds flying, okay? So you have to understand who, of course, are the different code names for the chariots and such, all right? And of course, in the scriptures, they talk about whirlwinds and such, and the scriptures talk about, let's see what else, whirlwinds, clouds, all right, chariots, all right, ma rakab, that's a chariot in the Hebrew, of, and rakab is a vehicle, okay, goes into and also, yeah, like to ride and such, when you look up in the Hebrew, all right? So, again, as birds flying, okay, because the chariots are, you know, they coming from another realm, they hear, you know, and they, of course, appear, you know, you can see different fleets of them, like a host of them, all right? It says, as birds are taza pawar, all right? It says in the by Bariath in the Hebrew, which is mean a bird or a fowl, because, you know, of course, the chariots, with, of course, Esau, Edom, all right, Korah calls, and like so-called UFOs and such, all right, but they're the chariots of Yasha'al of Israel, all right? They fly in formation, all right, as the scriptures say, let all things be done decently in order. Of course, even the Lord's hosts, his hosts are Tazabah, his hosts, all right, they fly in order, all right, because like I say, you go into different scriptures. I believe let me see, like, I'm gonna get something real quick. This is going to be the book of Psalms, or the Volume, chapter 68, or I believe 103. All right, so the book of, let me see, Psalms 68 and 17. All right, it's the Volume, or Psalms chapter 68 and 17. It says, the chariots of the power of God are 20,000, even thousands of Malaachim, or angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai, in the holy place. All right, so there's thousands upon thousands of Malaachim, or angels, messengers for Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, that are of course coming. You know, they're already here. They're showing their appearance in the Shemayim, in the sky and such. All right, and that's a beautiful sign, of course, for our salvation. Okay, goes into that word. I want to go into chariots, which it just have Rekub, and yeah, Rekub again. A ra, a ba, and a rakut, a ra, a cut, and a ba in Hebrew. All right, which is chariots, riders, horsemen. Okay, so you know that's a part of the Lord's host. Okay, you know, and the angels, it says a vehicle again, a team, extension of Calvary. All right, you know, so it's thousands upon thousands of angels that, of course, are you know, coming, all right, on our behalf of the elect, the Bachayarium, the election, to Hawashai Noah, to save us, okay? You know, so we gotta, of course, be prepared in these times. As the scriptures say, you know, we ought to, let me see if I can find it. It tells us about how, let's see if I can find it. Yeah, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 18 and 20. It says, before Mashapatiyim, or judgment, examine thyself, and in the day of visitation thou shalt find chesed, or mercy. All right, so before judgment, would of course everybody have to appear before the judgment seat of Hamashiach Yahushai. Yahushai, whom the world called Jesus Christ, his true name is the Most High Son. His true name is Yahushai. All right, so before the judgment, you have to examine yourself. You have to scopeo, or you know, look, put yourself, scrutinize yourself. Okay, before the visitation, because you don't want to be found with your reproach upon yourself. Okay, you don't want to have a blot on yourself at all. You know, a spot. You want to be unspotted. All right, and that's of course is going to occur because of Yahushai, his blood being upon you. All right, whom the world called Jesus Christ. Okay, so and that actually brings a scripture which I got Hebrew prayer for. It's in the book of Psalms 119. Let me get it real quick. This is Psalms, or the Volume 119. Okay, let's see if I can get it. This is Psalm 119. I gotta remember which one it was. Let me see. 119 and let's see. Might be a different one. Hold up. Psalm 119 and let's see what's it. I'm gonna check real quick. Hold up. Give me a wee moment. All right. This is Psalms 119 and 39. All right. Psalms 119 and 39. All right. Psalms 119 and 39. And it reads here, Psalms 119 and 39. And it says, turn away my reproach, which I fear, for thy judgments are good. All right, and we want, of course, the Lord to turn away, of course, our reproach, which reproach is harapa here, which that means, of course, resting upon a condition of shame or disgrace. All right, so we may want, of course, any form of disgrace. We, of course, want to put on the beautiful garments, the knowledge of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, you know, and we want to appear before that, you know, Yahushai, the bride groom, we being the bride, to be tahara, pure, you know, in his sight and such. Okay, we don't want to be, of course, with, you know, other different doctrines of life. You know, this should defile us and such. We want to be clean. Okay, let me see if I can get a scripture on that. like I said, the spirit just is like the wind. So I'm just going through the spirit. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 52, or 52:1. All right, and it reads here, Isaiah chapter 52:1. It says, "Awake, awake, put on thy strength, to Zion, O Zion. Put on thy beautiful garments, O Jerusalem, O Jerusalem." Right. So, of course, Jerusalem, those that's going to be delivered, all right, from the place of what? Drawing waters, the place of very slavery, which is America, Babylon the Great, and the different places where we've been scattered, all right? We're going to have those garments upon us and such, okay? Which you go into that word there, which is garment. They got tha, or beautiful. They got tha pa'ara, and you have bagad for garment, okay? Which that just means splendor, a glory, all right? Rank, a renown, attribute, a glory, and a boasting. You know, it's only due to knowledge of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you know, that, you know, we would have any form of any glory and such. The wisdom that make, of course, our face to shine and such, you know, makes us stand out, you know, makes us praised as you know, valuable, or yakwar, ayashim, men of the Lord, okay? Awake and put on thy strength, O to Zion. Put on thy beautiful garments, O Jerusalem, the holy city. We are people before a place. It says, "For henceforth there shall no more come into thee the uncircumcised and the unclean." Right, because you have the garments. Okay, you have the garments on. Okay, and like I say, the Lord isn't taking any different type of zabak or sacrifice. He wants, of course, a pure, all right, you know, pure, undefiled one, all right? Which, like I said, our ultimate atonement, all right, is Yahushai, okay? You know? So, it says here, "Shake thyself from the dust." Dust, of course, symbolizes confusion. It says, "Arise, all right, and sit down, O Jerusalem, or Jerusalem. Loose thyself from thy bands of thy neck, O captive daughter of Zion." All right, we're only going to do that due to knowledge, okay? Because, of course, we were, you know, of course, put in slavery and such. And, you know, that had us in a bunch of confusion and such. All right, now you have, of course, in the valley, which is a low land, being the Babylon the Great, which is America, we have the knowledge returned onto us. Now we're standing back on our feet, our regal. In the Hebrew, I believe feet is regal. All right, yum. All right, now our. Okay, now is our. So I'm gonna get that scripture because that's a great one. Okay, the book of that was Slakia. One moment. This is Ezekiel chapter. What's that? 37. Right, chapter 37. Let's just start at the top, Ra'ash at the top. It says, "The hand of Yahweh was upon me, and carried me out in the spirit of Yahweh, and set me down in the midst of the valley," which is his low land, okay, which America, was full of bones. It says, "And caused me to pass by them round about, and behold, there were many in the open valley, and lo, there were very dry." You know, they were dry. All right, and they nourished the water, all right, and such. Okay, they were thirsty, all right, you know. And, you know, of course, you know, we have to, you know, we get watered in you know, through this truth and such, the word, the living waters and such, okay. You know, and it says here, "And he said unto me, O son of man, can these bones live? And I answered, O Lord Yahweh, thou knowest." All right. Again, he said unto me, "Prophesy upon these bones," you know, unto the Israelites. All right. "Speak thou unto the words of my people, the words of prophecy." Okay. And it reads on, and it says, "And he said, and say unto them, O dry bones, hear the word of Yahweh. Thus saith the Lord of power, Yahweh, unto the bones, behold, I will cause breath," which is the breath is the wisdom, all right, "to enter into you, and ye shall live. Okay, you know, we know, of course, that breath being wisdom. You go to the book of Wisdom of Solomon, I believe in the 6th chapter, and it tells us about the breath being the wisdom. All right, which I'll get to new real quick. All right, you know, I gotta bring up my other camera, which is better to use. All right, so this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, and it says here, verse 24, it says, for Chakama, our wisdom, is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by her reason of her pureness. So the wisdom, or Chakama, is a pure, or tahar, Racha, spirit. It says flowing from the glory, or Hawad, of the Almighty, the Most High. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Al-Shadia. All right, it says, therefore can no defiled thing fall into her. Right, you know, of course, the Lord isn't going to have wisdom enter into, as it say in the scriptures. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1 and 4. It says, for into a malicious soul, Chakama, or wisdom, shall not enter. It says, nor dwell in the body that is subject unto sin. Okay? So, of course, we come into the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and that cleans us, of course, up. All right? So, going back, this is verse 27, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, or 7, actually, in 27. And it says here, verse 26, it says, for she is the brightness of the everlasting light, the unspotted mirror of the power of the Most High, in the image of his goodness, and being but one, she can do all things. Okay, and she maketh all things new, and in all ages enter into holy souls. She maketh them friends of the prophets. It says of God and the prophets. All right, do wisdom. Okay. For the power loveth none but him that dwelleth in wisdom. So remember, back at 25, you know, I'm just through the spirit. It says, for she is the breath and power of the Most High, and the pure influence, okay, that flowing in. Now going back, it says here, 37, Ezekiel, Yachazak Allah. It says, and it says, and I will lay sinews upon you, and will bring up flesh upon you, and cover you with skin, and put breath, wisdom, in you, and ye shall live, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh. So I prophesied as I was commanded, and as I prophesied, there was a noise, and behold, a shaking, and bones came, and the bones came together. The Israelites, so-called niggas like to use the Americans, the Israelite foreigners, a bone to his bone.